G'day, welcome back to the 40 channel. So again, we've done a lot of work off camera, mainly because I've had some fairly major electrical issues and it's been driving me mad. So I'm really hoping to have this ready for blue slip. In my mind, I'm way over time and I'm running out of time fast. So I've been spending big days at work and then coming down, torchlight and schematics, running, chasing wires and trying to figure out how to get the blinkers to work. Yeah, it's been a bit of a nightmare. Anyway, we're very close. What I have found is that the aftermarket blinkers are actually wired up incorrectly. They don't just plug and play. I'll quickly show you some of that. But cool stuff is, Charlie May actually threw all this front bumper on. She had some time off. Jack and I threw the McKinnon's bull bar on. It looks wicked, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We're really happy with that. We're going to throw the back doors on. We're going to try to clean up the bonnet a bit, get it ready. Might try to get it on. Try to just get everything prepped, just so that we can get it ready for blue slip. And fingers crossed, get it on the road and do some testing. So we're literally like 3 weeks out and we haven't even had this on the road for some serious testing for a long drive for a drought. I don't know if that's silly, but anyway, let's get into it, eh?
Yep.
Righto. Right, it's time to start chucking stuff on. Now, I'll flick this door around, Jack. This particular door, it's missing all its locking mechanism. I've spent a stack of time looking for a set, like a full set. You can buy bits and pieces, but I needed a full set. Hoping to get one second hand so I could just fix it up and get it in. Unfortunately, you can't get them any more genuine. In Australia, I've been finding it very hard to find them at all, and the quickest fix is really to buy a full door. I don't just have the money or the time to do that. So it's got a drop lock. It's got your old dodgy drop lock on it just from your local hardware shop. We're just going to run with that for the dry fruity route. But in the meantime, let's chuck this door up, Jack.
Let's do it.
Right, some time ago, way back in the FJ40 build, we made this steering wheel remover tool. Very simple. Check out the link and you'll know how to make one, but it's very effective too. So let's Right, we're going to try to figure out the blinkers. We've got all the blinkers working. They're working sporadically, but now it feels like the switch is not working. So we're going to whip this switch off, give it a clean up or replace it. So first thing I'm going to do is make sure all our terminals are clean. So they look really good. It's maybe not them. What? Oh, why'd you wear white? Take it off, mate, so it doesn't get any dirtier. Jack's worn a white jumper. Check this out. While he's working on the cruiser. Now, Jack, why would you wear a white jumper to come down and work on the cruiser?
Don't know. First one I grabbed. Oh well.
The original wiring loom for the blinker was genuine Toyota, but it was covered in crap. So now we cleaned it up. Now it cleaned up really, really well. But the stalk was just sort of a bit sticky and jammy. I think it's just worn through onto the plastic. And then running through and inspecting all the wires, I found out why after spending so much time getting everything right. And it all worked. I was very excited, big celebrations. Came out the next day and then the blinker wasn't working, then was, found out that there's a wire actually cut nearly all the way through and it's just touching over. So this wiring has been monumental. I've just been chasing so much, found so many issues through this wiring. Oh man. So we ended up, we bought a new relay, run some new wires, aftermarket blinker, stalk in. I think, fingers crossed, I don't want to say it because I've said it 3 times already, but fingers crossed, I think I've finally nutted out, fixed all the wiring early Sunday morning, which is good because it means I can keep going Sunday and just get everything back onto this cruiser for the blue slip, I hope. Righto, now a couple of things with these aftermarket blinkers and wiring harnesses and stuff like that, especially the cheap stuff. Now this particular one is the cheapest one you can possibly get, but we found out that there was some wiring issues. It actually wasn't wired up correctly. On top of that, it doesn't have any waterproofing rubber seals around it, but you really do get your pay for. So sure, it might be a little bit nasty and cheap, but this will get you on the road, get you past blue slip, and it'll probably give you another good 5-6 years. Now genuine Toyota, they are awesome product. I used them all on the other build, but if you're going to go out bush and there's risk of this getting smashed or damaged, this is the way to go.
Here we are, we're about to call in some additional help here.
Not help.
Righto, now this Troopy came with a spare wheel underneath it, but that all got stripped out because of our dual fuel tank, which was, we're not going to leave that, we're going to replace that, put that back in because we're going to need it. So what we've done is we've picked up a wheel carrier straight off an old FJ40 or something like that, bolted it all up on the side here, and we're just going to drill and put some nutserts in here because we can't get to the back of that, so that'll be a nice quick easy fix. Bolt it up, put a latch, spare wheel carrier, so hopefully we won't have to use a spare wheel, but it'll be there if we need it.
Maybe. We'll soon find out.
I'm doing it extra because, you know, the camera.
Yeah. Zinga.
Ah, right.
Look at that. Give it a quick clean up and it'll be good as new. Good job, Dad.
Right.
How's it all going?
Not very good. I've had some dramas. We thought we got all the electrical work, and now it's not working again. So, and I'm running a bit out of time to get everything else done. So I'm a bit stuck actually.
So you've been doing it by yourself, the electrical right?
Yeah, I have.
Even after I've told you multiple times to call an auto electrician.
Yes, yes.
Maybe you should call them now.
I know. Yeah, I think you're right. But I still got other things I'm going to get done as well. So you've been a good help during the week, but a bit stuck as well. So
Maybe you should call Pop and get him over to do it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Charlie May's spot on. I need to call an auto electrician. I'll call Charlie's Pop and see if I can get some extra help during the week while I'm having to work as well. Good idea, Charlie. Thank you.
I'm full of good ideas.
You are full of good ideas. Righto, so this is Ian. You may have seen him before in some of the videos way back. Ian's my father-in-law. He's been a sensational help while I've been at work. You have been a sensational help. Don't degrade it. So while I've been at work, Ian spent some time getting some things right on this because I was running out of time. So Ian's jumped in and pretty much saved the day. The brakes were a fairly big issue, weren't they?
Yeah, they were a big issue, and it's a big issue on a car that doesn't steer and has got no power, and you've got to be able to stop. So the brakes are pretty important.
You're not wrong. So you ended up putting, what did you do?
We put a new master cylinder on,
Yep.
but interesting thing, it's not the master cylinder that come on this model. And I was intrigued, ordered it at 3 o'clock afternoon, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock the next morning, it was in batteries.
That's
I can't
incredible.
post letters. That's incredible.
What are you doing, Wade?
Adjusting the brakes with a freaking screwdriver because he hasn't got a brake adjusting tool. Let that jack down, Doug, please.
Look out. I like this jack.
You'd spend less time in the shed and more time doing some yard maintenance would be.
He might get on better with his wife.
Might get on better with his wife. G'day.
How'd she go?
Beautiful. Just like an old new one. Rattles and bangs, and thank God they made new ones.
We also fixed up the exhaust gaskets because they were all leaky and terrible. You need
Manifold.
thermostat.
Put a new thermostat, although it wasn't a new thermostat because there was no thermostat in it.
It was pretty bad.
Well, that doesn't look anything like this one. Something missing.
There's a lot missing. It's called the guts.
Don't put it in me tea. Thanks, Jacko, for me cup of tea. Looks like it
So that's it.
should be on there.
We'll just put it together and see.
Well, I'll put it together and wait till your dad starts it. I'm not.
Yeah, we'll be
We'll
busy
be
that
over
day.
the top of the hill.
I've got a feeling I'm going to be somewhere in a state when he starts it.
I'm intrigued, but with this big shoddy radiator, I'm sure everything will be fine.
I hope so. That's good.
Whatever the problem was about no thermostat, hopefully that's long gone.
Excellent.
No.
Well, mate, thank you very much. We've commandeered your shed for today. Righto, so that's it for this episode. You can see that we're at another stage, which will be a later video. But I've been under a bit of time pressure and I've been really, really busy and I didn't think I'd get to this stage at all. So who's been helping us out, mate, while I've been at work and you've been at school?
I would like to say a big thanks to Pop, Wade and Dean for helping out while I've been at school and Dad's been at work. Just keep this thing going.
Yeah, thanks heaps, guys. Really appreciate it. Without your help, I wouldn't have got to this stage, and I've had a huge amount of help from a lot of people on this build, but this particular episode just goes out to those guys. So thanks heaps. If you want to keep up with this build, if you want to see what happens when we go to do a bush spray, that's right, it's a bush ready spray. This is the quickest, roughest paint job you ever see. Check out the video that'll come out in a week's time and see how we got to this stage and what it's going to turn out like. Righto, feel free to subscribe, thumbs up, leave a comment, and until next time,
Thanks for watching.